quiet.
This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2023 Jayco Greyhawk, model 29MV. I'll just show you some of the features. We can also go over it with you when you pick up, but this will just be a general walkthrough, okay? All these compartments are storage. The LP, this is your furnace obviously, the switches to operate it are inside. It's drained right now in bypass, so it's in winter mode. This is where you fill your propane up. Okay. It's built on a Ford 450. The generator right here. You can actually start your generator out here, but most people do it inside. There's also controls inside, of course. You got a 30 amp power cord. We'll give you a reducer to reduce it down. This is your city water hookup here, and this is your black tank flush. So after you dump your black tank here, you can also hook the hose at the dump station up to here. Make sure you leave the black tank valve open, and then like it says on this sticker here, leave it open, then flush it, and it'll clean your sensors off. It just does a really good job. So your low point drains are in here, as you can see. Right here. When it comes to bypassing your water heater and all that sort of thing, that's all done from here. You can see the drawing with the different positions on it. City water, fill the fresh water tank in case you're camping somewhere without city water. You can fill the fresh water tank and use the onboard pump to pump the water. You can sanitize it, winterize it from here just by putting the valves in the correct position. Okay, makes it real easy. All right. Make sure you inspect your roof and your seals on a regular basis. The manufacturer states every 60 days, I believe. So you want to go up there and you want to make sure there's no cracking or separation when it comes to your sealant. No damage to the roof by low branches or road debris, that sort of thing. You have a power awning with a LED strip. Okay. Wow, it's a rainy day here. Let me get my rag out here and dry the camera off here a bit, if I can. Okay, when you first come in the door here, stand by please, bear with me. Well, it's not cooperating, so I'll just do without. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me and everything's doing good still. I know the camera doesn't like to get wet, so okay, so your power awning switch is right here, in and out. Obviously you never leave it out unattended. Your main power for your house power is right here. Exterior lights. This is the smoke detector, or excuse me, this is the carbon, wait a minute, let me say this again. This is the carbon monoxide and LP gas detector right here. It should always be green, if not get it serviced. It's obviously important. If it goes off, take everybody outside and make sure that you leave the door open, you shut the gas off, figure out what's going on, okay? Also, if it beeps very slowly, the same tone but very slowly, it's telling you your battery's low. This is the inside and outside speaker. This is where you turn your power step on and off. This is for your solar controller right here. You just scroll through the options. There's plenty of literature in it. You can read as much as you want on it, but that's for your solar. And of course, this is your automatic leveler. So that's operated from here. So it does automatic level. Well, the thing is, when you retract it, well, let's say it this way. You can, if you turn it on, I don't think it'll turn on now because we're running. Yeah, you have to have the power off on the engine off in order to light this up. It's a safety thing, right? So you can't drive away with the jacks up. But if the power was off, you can turn it on. You can scroll here, and on this little screen here, it'll give you options for for auto level and retract, and there'll be a manual retract, so you can actually operate the jacks manually if you wanted to. Most people just use the auto feature, but there's a lot you can do with it. Okay. Wow, what a day. Now, when it comes to the chassis part of it, we'll go through that with you when you pick up. We'll have one of our guys come out. Your bed, let me see here. Let me just look here. Okay. All right, so your couch turns into a bed, so you can pull the cushions off. You can fold it out, two folds out, drop the legs, and then drop the back into place, so you get 3 panels. You can also drop this table down onto these cleats here, and you can actually turn this into a bed if you need to. Here you have your thermostat. It's just an analog thermostat. You try to always leave the fan speed on auto, and you can just select your options. It's very self-evident. This has a power inverter on it, right? So it'll actually start with 12 volt DC, and it can invert power to 110 AC. So keep that in mind. That's what this is for. Now, you don't have to leave the inverter on. Really, you only need to invert power when you need it, so you just would basically keep it shut off, and then if you need to invert 12 volt DC to 110 AC, you can turn it on, okay? This is just, I know you can't see the LED very well, but you can just go through this. It says right now we got 30 amp service. You can go through it. Water heater power, refrigerator, tells you basically the condition of it, so of your electrical system, so, okay. Let me walk back here again. Okay, so on this panel here, you can do all your levels, your battery, fresh water, black tank, all that. It graduates up in 1/3 increments, of course. Your generator right here, start and stop. You obviously push start to prime it. Your slide room, your main slide room, and then your bedroom slide room here. You have heating tanks on this, so all your tanks, your fresh water tank, your gray and black tanks have heaters on them, so you can turn that on, so you can extend your camping season. Water pump is right here, right? So that you use that pump to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. You can also use it when you also use it when you winterize the trailer. You light your water heater on gas right here. You can light it on electric right here. Right now that water heater's empty, right, because it's winterized. So, and the valves on the back or the valves in the compartment I showed you have it in bypass mode, right? So you always want to make sure you put it in camping mode, and make sure you fill the water heater with water before you turn on the gas or electric, because otherwise you can damage it. So never run the water heater empty, okay? It's important. You'd be surprised how many people do that. Okay, all right, so these are obviously just remotes for the, you got 2 TVs, one up here, and then there's one in the bedroom, okay? And then this is for sound here. Your Sony system, which is here, okay? Alrighty, so when it comes to your range, it works like most RV ranges do in that. This is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark. So you just basically turn it on, spark it, and it lights. The oven works the same way, except down here there's a pilot light all the way at the back at the bottom. Maybe you can see it if I spark it. Yeah, there you go. So what you do is you go to the oven knob, which is the one all the way to the right. Go to the picture of the pilot light, depress it. Keep it depressed through the whole lighting procedure. Then you start sparking it till you see it light down here. After it lights, you still hold it for 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple, and then you go to operating temperature. And it cycles as an oven does, but when you shut it off, the flame goes out, obviously, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. And of course you have lights here, oven light, ambient light or ambience light or whatever the term is. It's got a blue light. Okay. Always travel with your range cover down. Your air conditioner, excuse me, your microwave, it works like any other microwave, but it won't condition the air. And you have a light underneath it, of course, like so. You have a fan, 2-speed fan. Now there's a vent directly on the outside of the trailer, just directly opposite on the outside from here. It's got a little baffle in it, right? So you always want to make sure that you free up the baffle. There's got like some thumb holes there. You just pop it loose so the baffle flaps freely whenever you're venting. Otherwise it won't make it outside, it'll hit the baffle. So you always want that baffle flapping freely when you're using this vent fan. And if you're in storage or traveling, just snap it shut. Okay. Alrighty, so we were talking about inverting power, so I'll come over here and we'll talk about converting power. This right here is your power converter. Hopefully you can see it okay. This side has regular circuit breakers like you'd have at home, 110 AC, they're all labeled. Then this side has fuses, 12 volt DC fuses, and they're labeled. So what it does is this device, when you're plugged in, will convert AC to DC power. It does just the opposite of inversion. So conversion is the conversion of AC to DC, and inversion is the conversion of, or the inversion of DC to AC, okay? This trailer does both, okay? You may know all this stuff. I kind of have to assume that the person doesn't, or else they'll miss something here. Another thermostat for here, a second slide out button for this. You can use it up there. The one I showed you up on the control panel, or this one. The bathroom, pretty self-explanatory. The sink works like every other sink, of course. You have fan here and the switches here. The toilet is an RV toilet, so the black tank is directly below. Okay, this is the flush pedal here. So that's the black tank directly below. So you can't use it dry. By dry, I mean you can't have the black tank empty, but you need to have water and chemical in it. So when you get to where you're going, you'll plug in, hook up your water, you'll come in here, you'll put a dose of chemical right in the bowl, and then step on the pedal, water will come swirling out, and you hold it long enough to put at least a gallon of water in there. It's up to you how much, but it has to be at least a gallon, and then you can use it. If you use it dry, it's a bad situation. It can get clogged up, and the smell is terrible, and so you always have to have water and chemical in it. Okay. Shower, like any other shower. Nothing unique about it, other than you lock it. When you're traveling, you always want to lock it in place right here so the doors don't slide, you know, by themselves. The refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator, meaning it works on 110 AC or LP gas. So right here, you go to the mode button, right? See if I can get this to work. Right now it says automatic electric. That's what you want most of the time. The reason you use auto electric means that it always seeks out 110 AC first. If it can't find it, it'll automatically switch over to gas. Or let's say you're camping and you've gone away for the day adventuring, and it's a hot day and the campground loses its electrical power, so it'll sense that and automatically light the LP to keep it cool and you won't spoil your food. Now you can set it, let me get it going here again. You can set it just on electricity or just on gas, but let me do it again here. Auto electric's the way to go. Generally, you'll keep this up all the way. You're cooling your temperature. I mean, if it's getting cold outside and things start to frost up, you can back it off. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to have it all the way up. Okay, so you got a refrigerator, a nice size freezer. Okay. Let's see if I forgot anything here. Like I said, the front end, we'll go over it with you when you pick up. Let's see here. I think we've pretty much got it. Remember, you don't have to run the inverter all the time like that, right? You can keep it shut off unless you're going to invert. There we go. Okay. Let me look around again. You have 2 air conditioning units in this, which is great. You'll be able to go as far south as you want on the hottest of days, and it'll still cool it down. This is an emergency window here. It's self-explanatory, really. You're just going to flip up the lever, push the window open, and you can escape an emergency that way. Okay. There's probably Yep, this comes up, but there's some storage underneath the bed. These are some kind of drapes here. They look like drapes, I would guess, right here. You have your ladder here. So it does have a ladder that attaches to the side, a telescoping ladder, and so you can use that to get on the roof if you need to. I believe it's correct what I'm saying. You can't get on the roof with this. Well, I better just shut up, because you already have a ladder on the back, and that doesn't look like it would go up very high. So I'm just going to give you false information or bad information. So we'll have to figure out exactly where you use that. Okay, because I don't want to just tell you something that's not true. These harnesses you may need somewhere along the line. They always give them to you just in case. There's packets in here. I thought they were in that container. Oh, here they're here. You have packets with all your information and stuff in here. It comes with an extra water filter. You can put that in if you choose to use it. You get the water filter wrench here too. So if you want to use the water filter, keep in mind that you have to replace it every season. So you would put the filter in the canister after you de-winterize in the spring, and then before you winterize in the fall, you take it out and throw it out. So you want to replace it every year if you use that. Alrighty. So I think that covers it now. The ladder we'll look into. I don't know. So, okay. All right, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer or your RV here at National RV Detroit. I'm sorry. Remember what I said about inspecting the roof regularly? That's per the manufacturer. Your odds are you won't have to do anything up there for years and years, but you don't know that for a fact because low branches can damage it, or road debris. So you're just inspecting it to protect your investment, basically. You're just taking a look around, make sure everything's okay. Also, like I stated, this trailer is winterized. All the water's been purged from the system and replaced with antifreeze. The water heater is bypassed and empty right now, so you're all set till the springtime. Okay? Thank you.